Hello, welcome to this practice of restorative yoga, where I'll guide you now through an approach to create ease and comfort in your body with the idea of resetting yourself. And it doesn't need to be in aid of any imbalance in particular, but initially the practice was developed as a medicine for people that were feeling burnt out and needing to slow down and explore comfort and ease in the practice. So typically we use props to enable comfort and ease. And so I'd like you to do a little bit of work to get some things together. We're going to use the wall today. So I'd like you to set up your yoga mat. So the short end of the mat is at a wall. And if you don't have a wall that's available to you with a bit of space around it, then you could use a door. So I'd like you to find a wall. We'll also use a strap. So I have a typical strap. We won't use the clasp, so you don't need a typical strap. But you'll need something, maybe a scarf, and that would be perfect. So no stress, but we do need a wall and a strap today. And cushions and blankets for your comfort and ease as well. So please start with laying down on your back with your feet at the wall. And you can keep your layers on, making sure that you are warm and supported. So I'd like you to lay down on your back with the feet at the wall and the strap nearby. And just for a moment, feel the earth beneath you and have an intention to release. And as you exhale every breath out, feel your body release a little more. Feet touching the wall, if that's okay for you. Just initially grounding your energy and feeling yourself supported. And the more that you let go here, the more you feel supported. Relaxing the face, the jaw and the tongue, the shoulders and the hips, letting go. Now keep your left foot into the wall and hug your right knee into the chest. And so squeeze that knee in, clasping the hands over the shin or the knee, drawing the chin in, lengthening the back of the neck. And now keep that left foot touching the wall and take your strap or scarf. And you might bend the left knee and bring the foot to the floor as you bring the strap now on the right foot. But extend that left leg again, and you might find that you've wriggled away from the wall a little. Wriggle yourself closer to the wall so that the left foot presses into the wall, and you're holding on to the strap with the right leg raised. The strap or the scarf on the ball of the foot. So just take it easy initially. There's no need to clasp the hands into the strap, but arms reaching up the strap with the sacrum pressing down. And begin to sway the legs out to the side. So that right leg moving just gently a little out to the right and then the left. Just feeling that movement as you keep the legs straight into the hip. So the ball and socket. So the leg might be away from the face, and that's okay. And then take circles nice and slowly. So keep the legs straight. You're circling here so that you're creating circular movement in the ball and socket joint of your hip. So you're using the strap to help you here. Lifting the leg and taking it out to the side and then drawing it away from you and then over again. And then go in the other direction when you're ready. You might take circles a little larger if you like that. Just offering yourself that fluid movement into the ball and socket joint that is your hip. It has a huge range of movement, so just explore that movement now, any way that feels right for you. So eventually come back to center, holding on to the strap, one in each hand. And if you draw the palms back toward your face and you create this little bit of space with the shoulder blades drawing down the back. Now bend the knee as you inhale, and then as you exhale, press the sacrum or the lower back down and lift the heel up and stay here now. So holding on to the strap without gripping too tight and feeling the length and the stretch up the back of the right leg with the sit bone of the right buttocks drawing down. Just be mindful here if the lower back comes into a banana shape, just ground the sacrum, tuck the lower rib cage in and maintain here that integrity of the spine. Inhale and breathe into the stretch in the back of the leg with the toes drawing back towards you. Feel the stretch up the whole back of the leg, and maybe as you exhale you draw the hands toward the face, pulling on the strap so the toes come back toward your head. Now just be mindful here if you're taking this stretch deeper that you don't lift the sit bone up. You want to anchor that right hip and sit bone down. Keep breathing into that hamstring muscle, and you're in control here. You can take the foot away from the face if you prefer. Just take it easy and feel fluid movement rather than that strong dynamic stretch. We'll release now that stretch wherever you are. Take that foot away from your face a little. And take the strap now into the left hand and the right arm out to the side. Inhale here and relax. And then as you exhale, begin to turn over now that right leg to the left side. And you can just let that left foot go. It doesn't need to push into the wall anymore. And if you're able, you can hover the right foot to the floor, rest it down, and anchor the right shoulder onto the floor, and look down the right hand if you want to add this rotation into the neck. So everything's optional, and you might even have a prop underneath the knee if you felt like you needed a pit stop. Otherwise here, just letting go, relax, and invite that sense of ease into the body. Observe the difference in the inhale and the exhale. Relax the face. We'll stay here for another few breaths. And feel that digestion, massage. So re-establish your connection now with the strap and the foot. And we'll use that connection on the exhale to lift the leg back to center. And now release the strap, bend the knee, and bring the foot to the floor and lengthen the leg. And just hold here, strap to the side or on your chest. And just feel now that rest and sense of ease. But notice how different the left side feels to the right. You might notice that softening of that right leg, and you might even notice how that translates in the breath in and out through the right side. We'll go the other side. So the right foot stays into the wall now, and the left leg draws in toward the chest. So just shuffle yourself a little closer if you need to hug the knee in and press the right foot to the wall. Squeezing it in. Notice how you feel in the hip. So that front of the hip, that's the hip flexor, in deep flexion, squeezing in. Now take your strap. You might bend the right knee foot to the floor and lift the left leg, sole of the foot up to the ceiling with the strap over the ball of the foot, and extend the right leg again, so the right foot's into the wall. So we press the foot into the wall to anchor. Press the sacrum or the sacroiliac joint, which is just above the coccyx and below the lower back, down. Draw the lower rib cage in, tuck the chin in, holding on to the strap without gripping too tight, and begin again to sway the leg out from side to side. You can look at the toes or close the eyes, but not checking out here. So you're in the practice of getting to know the body through svadhyaya, translated is self-study. This is you getting to know your body, and you can begin to circle again. Keep the legs straight. We're moving it here at the hip joint, the ball and socket on the left side. How does that feel for you? Have you got greater movement here on this side, or is it feeling a little old or stiff? Just notice whatever it is without any judgment. It's collecting information. You can go on the other direction when you're ready. I like to sway from side to side and take it all the way out to the left and the right without lifting the sacrum off the floor. Just whatever's instinctive for you now. And when you are ready, come back to the center. Left foot reaching up. Hold on now to the right side, the strap on the right hand. Left arm out to the side. No, we're going to do the hamstring stretch. Hold on to the strap. Okay. Palms facing away from you. So toward the face and away. Chin in, sacrum down. Press the right foot into the wall. Inhale, bend the knee to the chest. And then as you exhale, reach the foot up, the heel up, and the sit bone down. Now, keep the sacrum into the floor and length up that left side now. So this is fairly active because you're holding on to the strap, and it's almost as if the strap's offering that resistance. But if you feel like you just want to hang here and release, feel free to. Just be a little bit more fluid if you need to, if you're not feeling up for that strengthening and stretching. Otherwise, keep breathing into that back of the leg. As you breathe in, feel the life force come in and lengthen. And then as you exhale, can you feel a little more softening? And you might even be able to bring the foot toward the face by pulling on the strap a little bit more, lengthening the back of that leg with the sit bone drawing down. And not gripping the strap, remember. Relax the face, relax the hands. Just holding the strap to guide the foot. This is Supta Padangustasana. And this is an excellent pose to ground your energy. Stretch the back of the leg. Nice, okay. Now release a little from the stretch. So the foot away from the face and take the strap. Now you can take it in the right hand. Left arm out to the side. So palm facing up here to open that chest and the front of the shoulder. Inhale, relax the belly, and exhale. Sacrum lifts now, hip lifts. So the left leg goes out to the right side, and you can just let that right leg go where it wants to go. The foot doesn't have to anchor into the wall anymore. And if you want to add the neck, then looking over to the side. And holding here and resting down. Remember, you can bring the prop underneath the right knee if you need to. I've got a couple of cushions there already, so that feels quite nice. So I might just keep that there. Holding here and breathing. Equal inhale and exhale, noticing the different and unique sensations of the breath in and the breath out. Invite that sense of ease with each breath out. Holding here for another few breaths. As the spine rotates, increases mobility, increasing the fluidity within the spine, your central column, and pressing into digestive organs, so wringing out your organs, just with a gentle massage. We'll begin to move in a moment, so re-establish that connection again. Right hand into the strap, onto the foot, and I'll use the exhale to bring the left leg back into center. Bend the knee, release the strap, and allow that leg to go long on the mat again, just so the feet touch the wall, not pressing into the wall. And just notice how you feel now, and you will notice you're feeling a little more even, or at this stage softer through the left side. So observing now how you feel up the whole left side of the body. Now bring the feet to the floor, bend the knees, and then lift the knees in toward the chest. And give yourself a hug if you like, lift the head up. Inhale here, and then exhale, hold and form a tighter ball. Next time you release down on the exhale, come down and take the knees out to the left side, right hand to the floor, and guide yourself up to come on up. And just arrange yourself onto the mat so that the big toes are touching the buttocks back to the heels, knees as wide as the mat, or just hip distance. And if you have sore knees, then reduce the flexion into the knees by bringing a cushion in between the thigh and the calf. Inhale here and lift the heart, take the hands out in front. And then exhale, fold forward and bring yourself down, forehead to the floor or stacked fists onto the floor. If you like, you could even bring a cushion and give that a hug if you wanted to, and bring the arms in underneath the body. So whatever feels right for you here. It might be that you're wanting to be a little bit more active, reaching the fingers forward and the chest down. Whatever feels right for you. And if the hips are feeling tight, then just bring the fists onto the forehead to rest. Wherever you are, have the intention to let go. Feel the lengthening in the back of the lower back. And with each exhale, feel the heels and the buttocks draw closer. Now inhale, reaching the hands out in front if they're not already. Holding here and feeling the stretch up the waist with the forehead onto the floor. Now as you inhale again, lift the chest, the forehead away from the floor, and then exhale, walk the hands out to the left side and bring the head down onto the floor. Now just be mindful here of that right sit bone. So just so you can hear me, I'm going to stack my fists, but you're in your lateral stretch here with the forehead on the floor and anchoring now that right sit bone down. So this is a lateral stretch, and now breathe into that whole right side of the body that is in the lateral extension. Reaching the fingers out to the side, or just allow the forearms to relax down. Working the right underarm toward the floor. Nice and slow. Let's inhale to lift the chest and the head. Come to the fingers and walk to the middle And then as you exhale, over you go now to the right side. So it's the left underarm that draws to the floor. So you're staying here in the lateral stretch. If I copy you, then you won't hear me. My voice will be to the floor. I'd like you to anchor that left sit bone to the floor, or toward the floor, sorry, with the heel and the sit bone in contact rather than lifting up. Keep breathing, and with each breath, feel that extension out to the side, lengthening that whole left side of all the muscles around your rib cage that protect and support your lungs, increasing here that life force capacity by increasing the space of the rib cage. Close to finishing this side now, so when you're ready, inhale, hands to the floor, lift the chest and the heart, come back to center, and then come on to hands and knees. Knees underneath your hips and the wrists underneath your shoulders. On a tabletop position. If you need a blanket under your knees, feel free to do that. Okay, so here nice and gentle, inhale, lift the tailbone, draw the chest forward, gaze forward, and then as you exhale, turn the tailbone under and draw the chin to the chest, rounding the spine, relax the neck. Inhale, lengthening the belly, and as the tailbone lifts, the sit bone separates, and the chest draws forward. Keep moving here. Your exhale to round the spine, tuck the tailbone, and feel the length in the back. Keep moving. Inhale to open the front body, and the exhale to open the back body. I'd like to add to this, so keep moving at your pace. The inhale to open the front of the body nice and slow with control, and then on your exhale, round the spine as you do normally, and then sit the buttocks to the heels, forward fold. Stay here if you want to rest, otherwise keep moving. The inhale brings you up, lengthens the belly as your chest draws forward and the tail up. And then the exhale, tail in, and the rounding of the spine, and then sit the buttocks down. So keep the arms reaching, and then keep moving. You're just flowing between these 2 or 3 shapes. So the inhale to open the front of the body, the exhale to open the back of the body, and then sit the buttocks down. Remember, you can stay in the variation of child's pose if you would like to rest. Make this the last round. Close the eyes if that helps you to feel every minute individual movement and transition. And then come back to your forward fold. Remember, you can have your arms out, you can have your fists stacked. We could even bring the knees together, feet together, forehead to the floor and arms beside your body with the palms facing up. And just staying here in whatever variation of child's pose you've chosen now. And hear and feel your heart beating. Noticing the texture and the sound of your breath. And allowing the breath to return to its natural, spontaneous pace. Noticing how you feel after that dynamic movement you offered in your body. So if you're ready to, from your child's pose now, gently come up as you inhale and come to your hands and knees again. separate the knees if they were together. So now they're underneath your hips, wrists are underneath your shoulders. And then begin to move weight over to the right side, just a little bit of weight, press into the right hand, and inhale, raise the left arm. It might be halfway or all the way up, and look up if your neck's okay. And as you exhale, thread the left arm under the right and bring the back of the hand to the floor and the left cheek or the temple to the floor. Right hand out in front where the face is and holding here, or walk the right hand forward. And as you do that, you can open the chest a little, lifting and leaning into the back of the left shoulder. If you like to add and you want to take that hand behind you, so just tune into whatever it is you need. I've just given you 3 options. If you're taking the stronger variation, bring the right hand back beside your waist and then turn the palm up with the thumb pointed down. So it might rest here in the lower back, or it might be able to hook all the way around the waist and inside of the left thigh. So none of that's essential. What is essential is you find a sense of ease in this shape that feels right for you. And you're offering a stretch into the back of the shoulder, and no discomfort in the neck, please. So if you need to, bring the right hand back to the floor to support the neck. And we will unravel in a moment. So last few breaths wherever you are, to open and lean a little deeper into that back of the left shoulder if that feels okay for you. And then relax, let go. Bring the right hand in front of the face. Press into the right hand and inhale. Raise up, lift the left arm halfway or all the way, maybe onto the right fingertips as you reach the left hand right up. Lengthen the waist, keep breathing, and then the left hand down to the floor. Nice, so we're going to do the other side, and weight now over to the left side. Inhale, raise the right, so it might be just halfway if you've got a shoulder injury, or all the way and lengthen the waist. Exhale now, right arm underneath the left, back of the right hand to the floor, cheek or the temple of the right side to the floor, using the hand to support the neck if you need it, or walk the left hand out in front. So you press the back of the right hand to the floor and lean into that shoulder blade, and that opens the shoulder blade to stretch here. And now if you want to, remember take that left arm beside you, palm facing up, thumb faces down. If you want to hold it here or wrap it around, just feel into what is right for you. So there's no expectation for you to look a certain way. There is the expectation for you to find the variation that is unique and perfect for you. And there's nothing like that for anyone else. It's just unique for you. So honor that, these moments of looking within and seeing how is it that you want to best express yourself in this shape, to honor your body and how you find that today. Last few breaths in the shape, so leaning deeper if that feels okay for you into that back of the right shoulder. Nice and slow, bring the left hand in front of the face. Anchor that down and inhale, press and then lift, reach up onto the left fingertips if that's okay. Lengthen the right fingers up to the ceiling. Oh, that feels good. And then the right hand down to the floor. Nice. Okay, turn the toes under. You might take the feet wider now. We'd like you to have cushions nearby. We are coming onto our feet. with the knees bent and the hands in front. So this is a yogi squat, away from the wall a little bit, and recognize that this is not accessible for us all, and you can bring some cushions underneath your buttocks to help you be here so that your feet can be out in front a little bit, and that might be more accessible for you for the squat. So you find your way into a squat that feels right for you. I've noticed it's quite common to have a sense of lifting the heels because we're quite tight in the muscles around the feet. So that's okay, but energetically drawing the heels toward the floor and hands in toward the heart with the elbows on the insides of the legs and length in your spine now. So this could look quite different depending on your physique, what's going on for you in your hips and in your legs, and definitely in your knees. So there's no expectation to look a certain way. Find what is unique within you and work with that. So use the props as you need to. For the buttocks, you could even be a little up like this, but you'll be working quite a lot harder. So I'd like you to find comfort and ease. Close the eyes down if you're okay with that, or just look down past the fingers out in front. Energetically drawing the heels down and lifting the chest. So the base of your spine is drawing down and the crown of the head is lifting up. So you're feeling that one long line down your central column as it lengthens and energizes here. Okay, we're going to add some movement now. So right hand to the floor, it might come and hold on to the outside edge of the right mat. And so the elbow's on the inside of that right leg. So you could be still sitting on your cushion for this. And then inhale, raise the left arm. And you might even take a hold of the wall behind you here and offer a stretch with the chest lifting out to that left side and up. It might not, whatever feels right for you. Now bring the left hand down. So I like to hold on to the strap just to anchor me there, or you can just have it out in front, whatever feels right. And so your inhale to open that right side up. Hold here or take the wall if that's okay for you. So I like to use the wall because I can lean a little bit into the wall and open my heart even further out to this right side here. Nourishing again, we're using a twist, rotating the spine and opening laterally. So come back down. Your feet are wide, and even if you're on a blanket, on some cushions, your feet are wide. So let's keep the feet wide. They're about as wide as the mat. Bring your hands out in front and begin to lean a little bit into the hands, and then lift your buttocks up and lean the weight into the heels now. Heel toe the feet toward each other. So now they are hip distance apart. If you're on carpet, your mat probably moves around like mine. But now you're in your forward fold with your feet hip distance apart. I'd like you to walk yourself so you're about a foot distance away from the wall. Bend the knees and rest the buttocks into the wall. Relax the neck. So if this doesn't feel right to you, take the feet wider or further away from the wall. Whatever feels right. I'd like you to find this forward fold to be a little restorative. So the wall is a little bit of a restorative approach to a fairly intense shape in your body. So you're offering this inversion with your head below your heart, which is really beneficial for you, but offering this in a patterned or supported way with the buttocks leaning into the wall. If it doesn't feel right to you, then release away from the wall, and if you don't like it, then come up to standing. And we will come up to standing soon, just holding here in this supported forward fold. Just relax if you can your neck. Give yourself a yes, no nod. And then slowly begin to roll yourself up. So press your feet down and arms are dangling. And as you inhale now, bring your body upright. So you feel your tailbone draw down and one vertebra at a time stacks to lift, and the head is very last. Walk the feet toward the wall so that you're standing now. I'm just walking away so that you can see my head. Okay. Arms beside your body. And gently now, so you're a bit closer to the wall, so you can feel your buttocks against the wall, your shoulder blades against the wall, chin drawing in, and the back of the head touching the wall. Press the feet down, draw the belly in. Inhale here, lift the crown of the head up toward the ceiling, arms beside your body, and then as you exhale, bring that left hand down the thigh, and the right hand comes up the thigh, and you're sliding yourself out to that left side. Inhale, come back up, and then exhale, you're going the other side. So your right side, right hand down, left arm up. Inhale, you come up. And your exhale over to the other side. So just nice and slowly, using the breath as your point of reference to create some dynamic movement, but just as gentle as you need it to be. It might be really subtle here, lateral stretches for you, supported by the wall to keep the chest nice and square and open rather than collapsing. Nice. After you've done that, right side again, come back into center. And I'd like you to turn now, I'm just going to move my mats a little bit. I'd like you to turn to face the wall. And bring your hands into the wall. And as you step close to the wall, arrange your hands so that your hands and your shoulders are in line and the hands at shoulder distance. And now begin to step back. Press the hands into the wall, stepping about a leg's length away from the wall, and just step to the point where you feel comfortable to press the hands into the wall and allow a fold here in the torso so that you're facing to the floor, and pressing now into the heels and the outside edges of the feet, and the hands pressing into the wall. Draw the lower rib cage in, the belly in. Lengthen the arm bones here by getting that sense of pressing, pushing into the wall as if you're pushing it away. And holding here, so this is a variation of down face dog with the tailbone lifting a little, but the lower rib cage tucking in to find length in your spine. You might even feel here a little bit of a hang here so that you stretch the muscles under the underarms. And just relax your neck, but I'd like to see that your ears are in line with the upper arms. So whenever you're ready to release, please do so. Otherwise, continue to activate by drawing the lower rib cage in and squeezing here the muscles in the inner thigh, so that the pubic bone draws in toward the belly button and the muscles that support the pelvic floor draw up. Okay, begin to release as you exhale, bending the knees, and bring the body back to upright. Walk the feet toward the wall and release. Maybe even shake the hands out. And then back to the wall again. So step the feet apart and away from the wall, and holding here, and we're going to roll down, and I'd like you to be really kind and gentle to your back here as you roll down. And with the feet away from the wall, we're going to use a little bit of resting back into the wall to support here. So you can bend your knees a little, inhale here, draw the chin in, and then as you exhale, start at the chin, draw the chin to the chest, and begin to roll the spine, starting at the top of the spine, off the wall. So on your exhale, you're coming down, rolling one vertebra away from the wall at a time, and then you fold forward, you'll feel the sit bones separate and lift. Holding here. Take a breath here. And on the next inhale, you'll come up again. Press into the feet and inhale. Feel the sit bones come back together as the lower back and the middle back begins to stack. Upper back very last. The head and neck come very last. Take a breath, and then on the exhale, let's go again. So with control, with the head first, chin into the chest. So you feel the shoulder blades separate as you roll. The top of the spine, and then the middle, the lower, and you feel the tailbone lift. Nice, stay here. Staying here, and now separate the feet. So you're leaning your buttocks into the wall, separate the feet. And walk the hands forward now. Exhale, bend the knees, and bring the buttocks down. You're in your squat again. So if it's not comfortable, use the cushions, but we won't be here long. You might feel like you've got a little bit more space here. And come to the buttocks. And roll over. No, sorry, come to a squat or onto your buttocks, just on the edge of your mat. Feet out to the sides. And so your hip is close to the wall. It doesn't matter which side, whichever's easy for you now. I would like you to have cushions nearby. And pivot onto your back and legs up the wall. Welcome to this extraordinarily restorative position with your legs up the wall. But if your hamstrings are tight, you might feel like you need to bend the knees, go ahead. And you may even wriggle away from the wall if you feel that the stretch into the back of the legs is too much. Otherwise, the buttocks as close to the wall as feels okay for you, with the toes drawing in toward the face. And I'd like you to take your cushion, lift your buttocks, and bring your buttocks down onto the cushion so that you have a gentle lift. And it might be even a bolster for you, but it doesn't need to be really high. It can be actually quite awkward if you have something big and heavy to lift and bring underneath the buttocks. Holding here, and bring one hand into the chest region and one hand onto the belly. And just allow here that sense of ease that you started with. Uniting now with the sensations of the breath. And feeling the body move with the breath. As you breathe in, feel the hand on the belly, lifting up, and exhale, drawing back. Bring the breath down into the belly, actively create that balloon sensation in the belly. When you breathe in, the belly button draws up and forward. And as you exhale, it draws in and back. In and out through your nose. Noticing the sensations at the chest. So as you breathe into the belly first, and then feel the chest expand out to the sides and up to the collarbones. I'd like to encourage you to breathe in 3 parts. So we don't need to take huge deep breaths here, but the next time you inhale, feel it down into the belly and then side rib cage And then to the top at the collarbones. And then when you exhale, reverse it. Out collarbones, out rib cage, out belly. Continue this in belly, rib cage, collarbones, out collarbones, rib cage, belly. You can keep your feet completely still while you practice this 3-part yogic breath to anchor your mind, settle your central nervous system, and the shape will encourage this regeneration, restoration, reset in your body. You can discontinue the practice of shaping the breath if you would like to now. And just allow the breath to be completely spontaneous and not controlled. Let it flow without any effort at all. The body breathes. And if you like now, you can take the arms overhead. You can hold the opposite wrist or elbow. And this will encourage a little bit more activation and breath into the chest. Thoracic breathing encourages a little bit more life force or heating in the body. And if that doesn't feel right to you, you can bring the hands down back onto the belly for a more cooling approach to this shape. Or having the arms out, feeling the length in the side of the waist and the rib cage. And just noticing how the energy shifts and changes. And just this small shift in your approach and the shape. So your feet are still, with the toes drawing back towards your face, and you may notice here different sensations in the feet. You might even notice your feet are cold or tingly, and that's because the blood's flowing down into the pelvic region. And if you're feeling ready, you might now choose to point and flex your toes. So if you like, you can encourage the blood flow up the legs again, pointing the toes to the ceiling and drawing the toes back towards your face. And we're going to keep the legs up the wall and your buttocks lifted onto the cushion if that's okay for you. You can bring them down if you need to. And let's separate the legs. I want you to move my picture of Shiva. Separate the legs. So if you haven't got space, just separate them a little bit. But if you can, then separate them so that you can invite quite a deep stretch into the inner thigh. So just be careful with knees here. You get a sense of locking the knees and just avoiding anything that feels like you're bringing bone onto bone into the knee joint. So soften the knees with a gentle bend if you need to. Well, I would suggest that we would all need to soften the knees with that gentle bend. And take an inhale now and feel your whole lung capacity. Hold the breath here and then open the mouth and let the air out with a sigh. And now do that 2 more times on your own. So inhale to really feel the whole lungs, belly, ribs, collarbones. Hold it in. And then when you're ready, let it out with a sigh. next breath, hold that light, hold the light, still the mind with the breath in the body. And then as you exhale, have the intention to let go and invite the softening into your mind, breath and body with the next breath spontaneous and not controlled. Just notice here if you have a little bit more space in that stretch on the inner thigh. And staying here now. Remember, you can wriggle away from the wall if you need to. Draw the tailbone down, but avoid that banana back so that the lower back remains in its neutral position. Do another couple of breaths in this shape so you can deeply release and let go, opening into the groin and the inner thigh. And we'll begin to move. So you can use the hands to guide your legs back together or just use the strength of the legs. And then bend the knees, soles of the feet together, and draw the heels in toward the groin with the knees drawing away from you. So you might find here that the tailbone lifts up. Continue to draw the tailbone. It might even involve wriggling away from the wall a little bit. So you don't need to push the knees down. You just feel here into that stretch in the groin. You'll feel it a little differently now. You can have the hands on the knees and assist the stretch if you like that. And the soles of the feet might turn forward. Now, if you're feeling like you need more stability into hips rather than stretch into the hips, I recommend bringing the heels up the wall and squeeze the feet toward each other, and that will limit the opening of the hips. You might even get curious and see what that's like. So for very many of us, we don't need more stretch into the hips, but rather we need more stabilization into the hips. So just tune into this variation and how it feels for you. You might even do something in between, so you squeeze the soles together and draw the knees away while pressing the tailbone down. But I don't want you to feel like this is too complicated. Just feel into what is intuitive to you, but know that there are options because you are special and unique, of course. I can't wait to see you in the studio. Anyway, hold here and keep breathing with that intention to invite the sense of ease and release without any expectation of yourself, but other than that, to just be exactly who you are, where you are. Body supported. Okay, now we're going to release when you're ready. So slide the heels up and then bring the knees together, legs are long up the wall. We're going to hold here with the legs up the wall, but I'd like you to wriggle away from the wall a little bit. Just a little bit for me, it's about a hand span away. It might be a little bit more or less for you, whatever feels right, and you can move now or later anyway. So keep the left foot where it is and bend the right knee, open the right hip out, and bring the ankle to rest on the left thigh. And then nice and slow to stay here. So protect the right knee. So there is a little risk here of offering twist into the knee if you're really tight into the hip. So dorsiflex the right foot so that the muscles are active all up the calf and into the knee. A chain reaction that occurs, and we call this a bandha, initiated at the ankle, to protect the knee. So the toes drawing back toward the shin to protect the knee, and if you like, you can add to this stretch by bringing the left foot into the wall, left knee bends. Now keep the tailbone pressing down. So this is the point where sometimes the tailbone lifts up. It will help you to wriggle further away from the wall if your tailbone is lifting up, so if your shape lifts. Draw the tailbone down, or you can just keep the left leg straight. So just add to this any way you like to. If you want, you can Draw the left heel further down, but just notice if that creates any tension around the knee. You want to avoid any sensation in the knee that's uncomfortable, is not at all welcome. Please avoid that. You're in control. This is your practice. This is your opportunity to tune into what is your pattern of being here. Do you always go for the deeper variation and ignore the signals in your body? Is this your chance to sort of back off a little bit now and see if you can get a little bit more integrity in the pelvis and continue the stretch without pushing? Or are you the sort of person that's kind of relaxed and maybe needs to push a little more? Who knows? Just tune into whatever it is for you. Nice stretch here in the muscles all around the back of the thigh and the back of the buttocks, around the buttocks. So it's quite common that we have really tight muscles. These are very big muscles that have a huge job of stabilizing the pelvis. But when we sit and we sit and we sit, these become really short. We can even get a pinching sensation into the nerve, sciatica. So this can be potentially a bit of therapy if you're experiencing that, but go easy if there's anything aggravated. And we'll begin to release. So unravel, left leg long, right leg long up the wall. And then go the other side. So right leg stays straight, left knee bends, left hip opens, and the ankle rests on that right thigh, just above the knee. Avoid pressing the knee. Activate the toes, drawing toward the shin to protect the left knee, and then add here if you want to. So just notice how this side is different for you. It will be different. So there's no need to go to the shape that you were in on the other side. You will need to experience this totally differently. So check in. How different is this for you? It might be that that right foot stays in the wall, or maybe this is more flexible on this side for you. Keep that left knee protected with the dorsiflexion of the ankle. Tailbone drawing down. Avoid the banana bend in the lower back. We want to maintain that neutral. And just feel into the stretch in the back of that left leg and in the buttocks. All of these really beautiful, strong muscles that support your pelvis, the base of your spine. And they're so tight, it's typically so tight. So just offering yourself that softening and a gentle kindness now into the whole space that's responsible for your foundation. Notice the breath. Is it short or long? If it's short, is that a signal to back out a little? Or can your breath be free and fluid, spontaneous yet deep? Nice and slow, and you're ready. Have the intention to release with mindfulness. Right leg long, left leg unravels long for a moment, and then bring the knees in toward the chest and give yourself a hug. So don't forget your buttocks is on a cushion. I'd like you now to bring your feet into the wall, chin in, lift the buttocks and take the cushion out. And bring the sacrum down to the floor again. And now bring the knees into the chest and give yourself a little hug, rock from side to side. And if you like, inhale and bring your head up off the mat and hug yourself in. Stay for the exhale as you release the air and maybe form even tighter ball. Next inhale, head down and roll out to the side. Come out Right hand on the floor, out in front as you unravel here. And I'd like you to find your final resting shape, where we'll do a practice of pranayama. So a cushion for your head, a blanket for your body, a pillow underneath your knees probably is a good idea. And find that place of deep rest and comfort now. In Shavasana, your final resting pose. And let's say the most important part of this practice, to deeply integrate the benefits of the practice into your body by allowing this supported ease and stillness. So close the eyes when you get there, or you might even bring an eye pillow or a cloth t-shirt or whatever over your eyes so that you are in the dark and signaling to your senses to go within. Initially observing the sounds around you. Observe the sound outside, way out to the distance. Move the awareness all around you, finding more sound. And gently bring the awareness closer within, into the space around you in the room. Like a bubble, your awareness comes in. Notice the sounds within your body. Observe the sound of the breath at the nose, down the throat, in the chest. Might even notice the clothing move. Notice any other sounds in your body, digestion, heartbeat, or the ringing sound in your ear. And be at peace with these sounds now in this nurturing environment that is your body, your first home. Observe the body breathing. And encourage now the breath in 3 parts, like we did before. There's no need to breathe deeply here. You can maintain the nice natural pace and depth of your breath. But with your awareness now, as you breathe into the belly, rib cage, collarbones, and breathe out, collarbones, rib cage, belly. Keep breathing like that. In, belly, rib cage, collarbones, out, collarbones, rib cage, belly. Relax your face, your jaw and your tongue. I'd like to invite you to add to this practice. You can continue with 3-part yogic breath. Or as you continue, you can explore a pause in between each of the stages on inhale. I will guide you. Continuing, but we will synchronize our breath. Exhale now. And inhale into the belly for 2, 3, pause. Into the rib cage, 2, 3, pause. Into the collarbones, 2, 3, pause. And out continuously for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Into the belly for 2, 3, pause. And into the rib cage now, 2, 3, pause. And up to the collarbones for 2, 3, pause. And out. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And return to the natural flow. No control. All spontaneous. This practice is called viloma, going against the grain. And when you do this in small sips in each of the sections, it can be very calming and relaxing. I invite you now to guide yourself through the practice of viloma again on your own or 3-part yogic breath. This is a great way to deeply rest and relax. We'll spend another 5 minutes in Shavasana, and so I'll ask you now to choose your practice of viloma, 3-part yogic breath, or just let it go and be where you are, your choice. If you're still practicing viloma, and discontinue the practice after this round. And allow now the body to be completely spontaneous with no control whatsoever. Allow the body stillness and rest. Observe the qualities of the mind. And the mind wanders, that's okay. Recognize when the mind wanders. And gently guide your awareness back. Just simply observing the body breathing. The body breathes. For most of us, it's a lifelong practice to observe when the mind wanders and gently guide it back with awareness on the body breathing. For me, it's the hardest practice, and so the most important, stilling the mind. Come into the essence of calm and spaciousness. Coming into the unchanged, the permanent, the divine. All the chatter in the mind is impermanent. Recognizing when the mind wanders, either out to the past or into the future. What you have here is your body laying on the floor in the present moment, available to you in its consciousness. the heaviness of your body now that you have been here for more than 5 minutes. The parts in contact with the floor, pressing down to the earth, assisted by gravity, drawing you down. And the more you let go, and the heavier you feel, the more support you tune into around you. Begin to observe the sensations of the breath. With each breath in, observe the energy you take, and exhale, you release. Inhale, maybe feel a wave of energy come in, and exhale, you let go what you don't need in the breath out. Just observing this sensation, and even visualize, sense and see with every breath in the light force come in all the way down to the toes. And as you exhale, that light remains and integrates deep, but you let it go what you don't need. The body uses this life force to invigorate your body. Tune into this invigoration that's occurring every breath. And then it's gone, and there's another breath. And then that's gone, and there's another breath. And there's only the present moment that you feel. You might feel tingling in the fingers and toes, and even the lips, with the life force and the vigor running through your body with every breath. Begin to wriggle the fingers and toes. Invite some movement to activate again the body. If you like, you can stay where you are, or you can roll out to a side that you choose. And if you'd like to come to sit for a moment with me and breathe, keep your eyes closed or your gaze really soft. And bring your hands together in your heart. Touch the palms. Feel the warmth. Thumbs into the sternum. And bow your head down in toward your heart. And see yourself through the heart. See yourself with love and compassion. Be grateful for your body and everything it can do. Open yourself to the opportunity to be joyful for this body and this moment. What a pleasure to guide you. Namaste.